What's going on? This is another episode of KAIZEN Talk. Kaizen is a Japanese word for self-improvement. This is something I do. I've been doing it like weekly now. Sometimes in the past I've done it periodically, but I try to do it like once a week, pretty much just to keep some level of consistency. But depending on how things go, I might change that around. I don't know. Um, One of the things that I am going to be talking about today is when it comes to dealing with, people, just basically, uh, I would say people management. I'm eating a little brunch, if you want to call it that. Um, I still haven't eaten any meat. I'm just pretty much got kind of going cold turkey. I don't know what to call myself. I guess you could say vegetarian. I'm not, I don't really, to be honest, I don't even remember what the difference between being a vegan or a vegetarian. All I know is I haven't eaten any meat and pretty much I'm losing weight, I'm slimming down and basically kind of saving money too, because when I was eating meat, I was eating like primarily fast food a lot. My fast food intake has pretty much dropped significantly. I don't eat much fast food. Most of the restaurants that I normally used to go to, I don't go to anymore because there's no reason for me to go to them. Like, you know, there's no reason for me to go to McDonald's. I mean, what am I gonna get from McDonald's? You know, and Burger King, um, they have the Impossible Whopper, but it's as far as thing and the taste, it's not really all of that great to really justify, paying, $10 to $11 for a freaking Whopper with a plant-based Whopper. It's just not really the juice ain't necessarily worth the squeeze if you understand what I'm saying. So most of the go in Wendy's. I don't go to Wendy's. They do have they do have baked potatoes, and I think they do have some type of salad. I don't go to none of those restaurants. Like last few weeks, I haven't been going to any of those restaurants, other than probably to get like a shake or some ice cream or something like that. I don't really have any reason to go there as far as my own purchase. I mean, it's just like my fast food intake is like almost nil because I'm not eating any meat, and my overall health is a lot better. And that was one of the main reasons why I kind of chose to stop eating meat. So yeah, that's pretty good. But as far as the thumbnail in this video and what I'm going to be talking about primarily today is when it comes to what I talked about before. When I talked about money is a people's problem, it's a problem that basically it's a people problem. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by that. Like, money is not necessarily some monster in the mountain that you got to go out and go reach, or go try to hunt or something like that. Money is people. People is money. So a lot of times I see people that have money problems. What I see is you know, meeting, dating, and mating is primarily done online. And what I found out is that people are really different online. And I talked about this before. It's probably one of my videos that I'll probably redo, because certain videos, I think to a certain degree, I have a tinfoil hat thought process as far as why certain videos you have bandwidth issues and then other videos you don't. Well, a lot of times when I do some of my best videos, and I talk about something that's very, very poignant and very constructive, it usually is a situation where I'll have some bandwidth issues, and it's just very interesting. But what I talked about on that video was that people act a certain way on the internet and act a different way off the internet. They have almost two personas. So a lot of what I notice on the internet is that primarily I would say Facebook. Facebook, primarily, people have very fake personas. Even people that they have fake personas on the internet. With very much even personal friends and family. They don't engage. They just basically, are on your friends list, and they're watching or a government agency, a law enforcement agency in a black van. They just watching every post you do, watching your stories, and then they don't say anything. They don't engage. They post stuff of their own, right? Their children, whatever this fuck they got going on. And you might not be fake like they are. You'll post a like or whatever, comment, right? And then they don't return the favor. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? They just like whatever, like as if they're, some higher person. They're some your highness or some great person than you are, and then everybody's supposed to like their shit, and they don't like your shit. And it's this like fake ass persona that is kind of weird. But see, here's the bullshit with that. I'm okay with that to a certain extent, not really, but where it comes to a situation where I kind of am separating myself from that is that, I have a business. A lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, I put a lot of things on myself, I personalize my Facebook page. I recommend, if you do have a business, don't mix your business with your like Facebook page. Because see, here's the thing. When you're 100% business, you're 100% business. That's, pretty much PC, you know, sometimes it might get rated R, but mainly your own like personal page or whatever profile, and you're posting business shit with personal shit. It's kind of like mixing oil with water. It just does not mix. It don't mix. In my opinion, it just don't mix. Some people are able to kind of mix it in, but usually people like that, they already have some type of level of success or fame, so it does not really matter. A lot of this, like I said before, is that when you are already on top, when you already, pretty much are extremely successful in life, a lot of things, I'll be honest, does not really matter much. When you already kind of sitting on top of the mountain, I'm not going to say you could do whatever you want to, but people are already going to be envious and jealous of you. You already going to be, the top guy or whatever, because, you just post. All you got to do is just basically post a video of you walking around your house. People are gonna be like, damn, whoa, wow, ooh, ah. Like, I mean, you could just not even a video, you just basically post a picture of you leaving your house. Like, and then people are gonna be like, damn, um, but basically, to a certain extent, you might have, and this kind of goes into the rabbit hole. The ultimate rabbit hole, I guess, would be everybody, kind of like a everybody hates Chris type of thing. Well, you might be Chris. And everybody might hate you, and then might want to smack you, as well. But yeah, you might be that guy. You might be that woman that everybody fucking hates for whatever reason. It might be some type of secret coalition, for all I know, that everybody's just gonna not like none of your photos on Facebook or whatever. I don't know. I don't really understand this shit. I'm American, but I'm like my mom's American, my father is from another country, so I kind of be like, okay, well, I understand this shit, but I don't really fully understand this shit. But at the same time, yeah, it's like a bunch of like fake people, or people that I don't know why they're on your friends list. Why, sometimes, like, I think like people should, I don't know. I mean, I guess people don't care, but it's like, okay, after a certain while, when it came to me, where I just basically kind of took a step back, because I have two profiles. So my other profile, I'm basically just, I'm starting like some type of experiment, some type of safe space where I could just go to, and I ain't got that many friends, just people that I know have been supportive in the past, and in the present as well. And that's pretty much it. I just kind of like hit the reset button. I had another profile, and like a lot of the people I did know on that profile, I just removed them. Because see, here's the thing, and it goes back to business. I don't want everybody to be my friend. Me personally, I don't want everybody to be my friend. I'm not gonna be everybody's friend. And honestly, if you're trying to manage 5,000 people on Facebook, you are going to be absolutely insane, because that shit ain't even normal. Honestly, if you really talk about like humans and anthropology and physical science or whatever, humans are not even designed to have that many social people around them, like, or friends and shit. Like, especially men, when men have a bunch of men around them, basically after a while, it's gonna be some type of fist fights, some type of physical confrontation, because a lot of times testosterone, can fuel certain levels of basically, let's just say fights, physical fights, especially testosterone. This, people that are just kind of like toxic and emotional and stuff like that. So it's why you have a lot of violence and whatnot, uh, because of a lot of unchecked testosterone mixed with emotions, you know, toxic, behavior, personalities, and stuff like that intermix. So yeah, I mean, it gets to a point where, a lot of times, you're either introvert or extrovert, right? Extroverted people can't wait to get out the house. They can't stay in the house, right? They always got to be in the mix. That's something that extroverted people kind of have to do. Like, to a certain extent, you have that extreme to then, them being forced to be in the house for whatever reason, or, kind of just to a point where they just made a decision to stay in the house. But yeah, I mean, introverted people like I can stay in the house for a long period of time, and I absolutely, as long as I have everything I want, I really don't care. I can like camp out in my house for months, weeks. I ain't gonna say months, but at least like a half a week tops. It's very, very easy for me to do. And to be honest, like, one of my, my aspirations is to get a bigger, house, or bigger, mansion or whatever, so I could just basically, be in my house and hide a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ultimate goal is to, present goal is to get a big mansion and hide in it, play hide and seek, with my children or by myself, even just be hiding in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's one of my goals. But the thing is that, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily have a social, um, you know, need or drive. My social need or drive is basically a woman, or more than one woman, and that's pretty much it. I mean, do I like playing sports? Do I like competition? Do I like talking to the bros? Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, I think after like 5 o'clock, it's like, man, it's like, or 6 or 7. I mean, what we gonna do? Like, when I did have friends, I mean, we was basically, we go to a bar, go to a club or something. Cause it's like, that's gay as hell if you just hanging in the car after a certain time and ain't no women around. Y'all just outside at night, just with each other. You know what I'm saying? No women. I mean, I think that's kind of rainbowish. I mean, that's just all I'm saying. I got a certain age, it got real weird hanging with dudes with no women around after a certain period of time at night. I know I'm not the only one that said that, pretty much mentions that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how social I get. I get social with women. So um other than that, when it comes down to it, you do have to have some type of collective. When it comes to business, you need some type of team. Primarily, that team is built off of the fact that you have something to offer them, because nobody is gonna, very few people, and you don't even want that. You don't want anybody to do anything for nothing. You know, it's usually you have some type of budget to pay someone, or you maybe have an intern or two to help you on projects, or help you with your company, and that's it. But as far as outside of that, yeah, you do need a coalition. I think, I don't do a lot of videos, but one of the things that I was going to talk about is you do need a posse. Every man should have his own posse, his own cavalry, his own, court, in case you got to go, take care of some business. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it like that. But at the end of the day, you know, the lone assassin or the lone ninja or the lone samurai did exist. That definitely uh, you know has some type of historical connotation, and is still live and effective into this day. But back to fake ass people on the internet. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm doing some type of experiment to where I'm just trying to see, like, just for clarity purposes, just to just kind of like squeeze myself out of everything that I'm involved with, as far as online, as far as is primarily Facebook. I'm just like, you know what, I don't really, do a lot of things as far as, my business on Facebook. And it's like, this is very unproductive. It's fun to a certain extent to share memes and stuff like that. I still have my pages and stuff that I monitor, but I'm like, these people are so fake. Um, I just don't really want to even, I'm be honest, like a long time ago, I thought maybe I should just, delete my Facebook, or just delete all of my friends that I know is not supportive. I don't talk to, they don't talk to me. The only thing I know these people from is the fact that we might have had a class in high school, or two or three or four or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, these people, if I see them, they're gonna probably not even recognize me. I mean, it's just not that so much they're even fake. It's just people have their own little cliques. Even people that personally from work or whatever, you weren't really close like that. They just added you because you work with them or whatever, or you added them. I mean, most of the times they added me, but thing is that, you know, people have their own little, circle, and people have their own little friends lists and stuff. But I just don't have the stomach. I just don't really have the patience. I mean, some people don't. Some people been did this, as far as they just, some people deleted Facebook. Some people, just changed their whole, profile. Some people have like multiple profiles and shit, like more than two and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I am. It sometimes it takes me a long time to make decisions, and then when I make the final decision, I really, it's a reason why I made it, and I came to the ultimate conclusion that, I just need to take a step back, because on this journey of self-improvement, basically, if you do it really, really well, you're going to get in a certain place in life to where these people that that you see on a daily basis, they're not going to go. Let's just face it. Let's just face it. Let's keep it 100. Most people follow the norm. You know, most people follow the norm. They go get they got a job. They're maxed out on their bills. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you, I'm broke, or they don't, what I'm saying, let you know, man, I'm really, really struggling. Like most people just, why would they? I mean, I understand. Why would anybody say what's going on, what's going on in their personal life? It's the whole stigma of showing people your business on social media or whatever. Well, the thing with me is, and why I, kind of got into YouTube, one of the things that I found out about, and I, kind of, Facebook kind of coincides with that. You can go live on Facebook and integrate it with, Instagram and Twitter, and StreamYard has that option to where you can stream on multiple platforms, right? So it's all interrelated. It's definitely all a part of marketing and brand building and stuff like that. I'm not gonna diminish that. That is a powerful tool, right? Yeah, at the same time, you're going to have, just as far as people that you absolutely know, you're going to have a point to where you're going to separate yourself from the most common norms, what people live. Like most people have that job, they might be doing very well. They might, it appears that they doing well, because how you really don't know. I mean, they have a car, nice car. They, they work, everything. Most people show their positive, side, right? People are very good at being like, I guess I don't want to say, I want to say fake, but they're just good at just showing the good, right? They don't show the in between or the neutral. They don't show the negative. They don't show like the bad hair days. One thing with me is I got videos with good hair days, days where I'm stressed out as fuck. I got videos and of when I'm doing excellent. I got videos where I'm doing shitty. I mean, some of these KAIZEN talks, man, they're literally video diaries of basically my own journey of self-improvement. And yeah, I mean, it's been times that I've been in lowly places. I've not been doing well, and I've been trying to get over a hump or get out of a rut. And then, I got out of it, and then it's always more self-improvement to go. It's always more, right? And in that journey, it's like almost trying to play catch up, and then also once you actually accomplish things, after a while, after you continuously self-improve, which is what Kaizen is, what that philosophy is, you're gonna pass people up. While somebody else has just got a mortgage, they got their own little nice cars and stuff. You gonna be following, pretty much either me or any other financial guru that gives you examples of what you should do. You're gonna have your 10-year-old Honda Civic, and you gonna have your house that's paid for, or your condo or whatever, and then you're gonna be working on your second home. And then things are gonna start getting interesting, because once you get the first home paid for, you're already in a category by yourself. And then what I'm finding out, this is very interesting, and this is also what compelled me. Like, what I started to do was basically I started to kind of focus in on people that are upper class. I basically added friends and I start following men and women that were upper class because I just wanted to see, okay, what are these people's lives are? What do they do? And what I found out is that in a lot of cases, these people are pretty much more lonelier than I am. You know, some guy, I'm not gonna say any of these people's names, but like some guy, he like pretty much runs a cannabis farm and a hemp farm. I mean, he flies private jets by himself. Pretty much he just got his own little personal life where it's just him. Most of the time, I'm sure he got his own little family and stuff like that, but it's pretty much lonely at the top. I mean, that's what I'm pretty much saying. And um this one woman, she's kind of like having problems with people that, she's getting married, and she's got problems with a lot of women that she's been friends with since she was a kid. And they pissed off because she done self-improved so much to where, her and her husband are you know, pretty much almost millionaires, if not already millionaires. And her friends just, let's just face it, probably just have regular lives. They're not even married, and she's about to get married, and she had to pretty much like end a friendship that she had like as a kid. You know, she's, um, all the while her friend was just hating on her, really just being manipulative and really just hating on her. And it just comes down to like, weeks before her wedding, she had to fire her bridesmaid because, basically her friend was manipulative and not really wanting her to be successful in a sneaky way, in some of the sneakiest ways possible. And yeah, I mean, she had to just pretty much let her go. And she always talks about how she's got to cut people off, because a lot of times women don't tell you that they hate on women harder than they even hate on men. You know, I pretty much I went to a high school that's a middle class black high school in the south suburbs of Chicago. I've already talked about it in other live streams. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just, in the case of you really want to know, you just gotta watch my videos. But this high school, man, most of the fights that I saw were from other black women, young black women, teenage black women fighting other teenage black women. Most of the fights were women, young women fighting young women that were black. And most of the times what they were fighting over was somebody's boyfriend, and somebody said something or whatever. And I mean, it was very, very much like, I want to say a couple times a week there was a fight, and it would turn vicious a lot of times. And it used to be like not just single fights, it would be like different cliques of girls fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? And they are aggressive as hell. And I mean, I'm just saying, like, you would think that, okay, like, yeah, we, men, it's always we the bad guys, but how women do each other, oh my God, it's on a whole nother level. It's like I've seen women get their it's very common in Chicago. You see a nice looking woman, she's like above a 5 as far as looks. She's got a razor blade scar on her face where somebody took a razor blade and slice the woman's face. They throw bleach on each other, or not even so much bleach, but it's what do they call that stuff? It's acid. They'll throw acid on each other like real bad. A lot of times the Mexicans, the Hispanics do that. They'll throw acid on the other women because they're vicious too. Oh my God, they are vicious as fuck when it comes to other women that look good and get the guys and get, a lot of affection from men. Oh man, they'll throw acid on women. Yeah, women are really, really competitive and vicious. And with the climate that things are in now, where a lot of women are really in need for a mate and kind of even looking out of place because they only have their children and they don't have a man, you know, there's going to be a level of desperation that you have never seen before. A lot of times, yeah, on one end, there's a level of, yeah, women are able to, pretty much get any guy as far as they able to have sex with them, but they're not able to get them to marry them because women are the gatekeepers of sex, but men are the gatekeepers to marriage. So I mean, it's gonna get really, really vicious. And yeah, I mean, I would say to a certain level, it feels real good to just basically kind of um put things in perspective and just kind of like, just kind of experiment with the fact that maybe I should just try to just have new friends that are supportive, that are responsive. Because it's like, here's the deal. I just don't agree with the whole you add me as a friend and then you just basically sit back, watch my posts, and then don't say nothing. Like don't respond, and then you post stuff. I respond or I engage with your post, and then you don't engage with my post. That's like one-sided. I don't agree with that shit. And then also, to be honest, I don't really care as long as you're supportive. What I mean by that is a lot of people, this is really bad with black people. Black people have friends and family. This is a friends and family issue, as well as people that are personal friends, right? You'll be selling stuff and then they don't even buy what you sell. And then they sick as fuck. Like, okay, like for example, I have a herbs business, pretty much a natural healing business. It's people that I know that are sick as fuck on my friends list. And then they don't even reach out to me. They know they see my posts, but it's the self-hatred. It's the hatred. Now, I'm not gonna say that I've been a saint. I've been a perfect little angel and all of these people don't like me. I mean, yeah, I've done some fucked up ass shit when I was young. Um, I would say this. I mean, I'll just say this. I owe somebody at the very least a Lambo or at least a mansion because I've done something to somebody really, really bad. I basically Al Capone one of my friends. I took a bat and I hit one of my friends in the arm. I think I was probably about 12 or 10 years old or 11. And it's like, yeah, I done did some that's pretty foul. Um and like that level of pain, I probably have never, nobody has never given me that level of pain. And you know, that's the thing. Like, when I, you know, a lot of times when people do get rich, you know, like George Clooney, he would give his friends millions of dollars like a year or something like that, or he gave them at one time $1 million each. Like, I mean, yeah, if I get like whole bunch of money, I know who, you know, pretty much has been supportive. I know who's been, you know, pretty much helped me out in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I know people probably don't ain't waiting around for and shit like that, but I know who helped me out and who didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know. As far as my, in my opinion, I would just say that you know, you just gotta look at it like, if you got people that around you that are holding up dead weight, I mean, what purpose are they, you know, for being around you? I don't care if it's, you know, digital code, you know, because all Facebook is digital code. It's a it's a web portal based off of basically web apps. You know, it's got a front end and it's got a back end. You know, it's got certain programs and stuff like that. It's basically a high end web application. That's all it is, in a mobile app, right? But at the end of the day, the people that are on there, a lot of those people are real. Some of those people are bots. Some of them are fake accounts, you know, spam accounts, all kind of shit, right? But at the end of the day, man, you know, like I said, I just took a step back and I just basically just deleted all of my friends, you know, that were unsupportive. I mean, most of the people I left was like a few people that were friends, you know, family, and that was it, man. And that's probably what I'm gonna be using. Like, I ain't about to, that other page, I'm gonna keep it open, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably like, man, I'm just be like in my own, because I be like weird, they toxic, ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And you know these people. You went to high school with them, and uh, you know these people ain't. You know, it just, it's weird, man. You know, and it's like, man, I mean, yeah, some of these people, man, I probably know very intimately, you know, as far as the women, but it's like, man, dude, you know, I gotta grow. I gotta, man, you know, improve more. I got a lot more to be done. I got a lot of goals to get accomplished. I want to get used to the fact that, you know, and yeah, I think to a certain extent, I mean, to be really, really to you know, kind of be full clarity, for full clarity, some of these people are waiting for you to get rich. You know, they waiting for you to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, low key, like, yeah, like they even waiting for you. Like, it's people that, some people like to brag to the point where they'll come online and count $10,000 or count $100,000, and they done came up. And some people actually watch you and they know where you live and everything, and they just waiting for you to basically, you know, show that you successful, so they can come either borrow some money, ask you to borrow some money from you, beg you for some money, or worse, rob you and stick you up, your money or your life. But sometimes it goes your life and they take your money, you know, and it's like, yeah, I mean, some of that goes with that too. You know, that goes that way as well. With people just watching you, you know what I'm saying, to see when you blow. But at the end of the day, um, you know, to a certain extent, I'm not necessarily worried about none of that. I just, like I say, Facebook is its own machine. Um, I primarily, to be honest, I don't really like Facebook a lot. I like my favorite social media app is very hilarious. My favorite social media app right now is Twitter. Believe it or not, Twitter is like it's like where I pretty much really like to kind of post stuff and whatnot. Not really. I don't really like to post stuff, but I like Twitter as an app because of the freedom that you have. Like Facebook and Instagram has a level of censorship that I don't really like. And it's primarily like, okay, um, I'm not no prude or nothing like that. I do like, I like, I, I believe like if you're an adult, you should be able to have access to adult shit. Like if a broad want to show you her pussy, she should be able to show you her pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be no goddamn censorship. Like, I mean, we're not like kids anymore and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Twitter, it kind of like has levels of censorship that is more on the adult side of the game. Whereas Instagram and Facebook, it's all PC and shit, right? I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff on Facebook though too. But yeah, Twitter, you can actually like you can make an adult centered meme, and then it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't you can't do nothing like adult related on Facebook, or you're gonna get put in Facebook jail and all of that goofy shit. Um, Instagram is primarily what I look at. Instagram is more of like it's kind of like a it reminds me of the old website. If you're like old school internet enthusiast like myself, you will know about Photo Bucket. Instagram kind of reminds me of a modern version of Photo Bucket because basically, to me, it's a collection of videos and photos. That's all I can pretty much see as far as what Instagram is. It's like more like when you go on Instagram, it makes you want to get into cameras and videography and shit, which I don't really talk about, but I am into. Um, I ain't necessarily put no money into that because I just my tech as far as things is concerned is very kind of low tech, but I do have some future aspirations to get like a higher tier GoPro, maybe a getting into photography and whatnot. So I mean, yeah, that Instagram kind of goes into where it's more photos and videos and shit. But yeah, I just like I say, I mean I'm definitely I'm looking at things from a perspective of trying to make sure that I'm pretty much a solo guy, and I think my internet presence should show that. I mean, YouTube, I do get a little bit of support on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'll say YouTube, I get a lot more support than any other of the social medias and shit. But yeah, like I'm comfortable being more personable on YouTube versus all the other platforms because I don't know. It's just a different type of setup or YouTube versus other platforms. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, uh, this is my self improvement journey. I know people are more embarrassed than others. You know, they're not really comfortable sharing what really goes on to them. But this channel is called The Broke Genius, right? And I am a broke expert. I'm a broke expert, like literally. I can tell by what the conversations that you have. I'll be listening. I'm in the clouds, bro. I'm like Zeus in Mount Olympus, motherfucker. I'm in the clouds, bro. I hear the conversations and I know broke conversations. I've had many of them on this channel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily like people like not say certain things as if to omit that they're not broke, but I can tell the broke ass conversations by basically what you're saying. So it's not like you might be fooling everybody else, but you ain't fooling me.